guys.
Are we?
What?
Well, Jose's just finished. I shall bang another in the thing. It's rather difficult for me to do this tonight because I can't see the bloody keyboard half the time.
I can.
And the topic tonight is 3.
Pie.
2.
Apple pie.
Yeah, but it's just 3. You don't need pi. It's just 3.
Plus 3 equals... Mad plus 3 equals 4. That actually seems a fairly reasonable mathematically correct. Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
Pi plus 3 equals 4. Aha. Khalid is here. Hello, Khalid.
Oh, cool.
Right. Oh, wrong one.
Khalid.
Try that one.
We got some.
So how did
Hello.
Jose's show go then?
It was good, but I think towards the end it was a little bit pointless.
Sorry?
I said it was good, but towards the end it became a little bit pointless.
All right.
When it came to religion and different interpretations of religion.
Yeah.
Oh, what, the other night?
my-
Yeah, it got a bit crazy, didn't it?
That was tonight, Alan.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
They're under it again.
Oh, yeah, of course they were. Sorry, yeah. I didn't. Yeah, I should have. I should have been paying more attention, but it gets a little tricky at times. I'm stuck with using just one eye at the minute, and it's looking to see who's where and doing what much harder.
I see they're chatting away in the side chat still.
Yes, Crashes, this is the place to discuss bacon and the real gravity of the situation. We might
Do you
even
like
do some
cheese?
density disequilibrium too, if you like.
There's no such thing as quantum physics. Also, the Earth is flat. Prove me wrong. Also, the Holden car is better than your cars.
It's not better than my bike.
No,
Your
it's
bike
just a lot
sucked.
better. It's just a lot better than the bike when it's pissing down with rain or snowing.
No, it's not. Only when it's...
Yeah, also you don't know how to use your wheelchair because it's not quantum physics. So,
That don't make sense.
of course it makes sense, you dumbass. You just don't understand it.
Oh, is that why? Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I didn't realise you had to understand it to know what I'm talking about.
Bacon.
Bacon.
It's all about bacon.
Bacon is. Oh, I can't remember how it goes. We need the bacon god here to remind us.
Yeah.
Not snowing.
Hello, Laurie. Quasar's here. Ooh.
No.
I'd like to say something about. I'm not sure if you're okay with it, guys, about religion, because in some aspect I was with plain truth, I think.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm not fussed. I'm prepared to listen.
Is my audio okay?
Yeah. It's okay.
Hold on. I think
Yes.
I'll try. Okay. So I think what the plain truth was supposed to do is pointing to some things that uh, make us like sort of observations. Now, I don't know much, or I don't know anything about the Bible, but in all these books, and my book is the Quran. We know these things, some verses that we know and understand. So I give example of two verses. One of them was during the time of the Prophet Muhammad. So I mean, it was talking about an event that happened during his life. The Muslims were upset because the Romans were defeated by the Persians. And at that time, they felt that the Romans are more closer because they are Christians, while the Persians are worshiping sun and things like that.
It was
So,
because of their different gods.
Yes. So it came that verse said that the Roman were defeated in the lowest of the earth, and they will defeat back in few years. And I looked this up and seen it many times that there was a battle, I think near Jordan, which currently Jordan
Yep.
now, and there's that spot that is the lowest point on Earth.
Yep.
So it's this kind of thing
it's on the daggers point type thing. The very bottom of it is exactly where that battle is.
Yeah, I'm not sure the name of this place, but
The daggers
you said
point.
the dagger.
Yeah,
the dagger.
The daggers point is exactly in Jordan, where exactly you're talking about. It's at the very lowest point in what's called the dagger, and yeah, specifically, it ties to what you're talking about.
Yeah, and then there's another verse that talks about something probably no one didn't know what it's talking about at that time. It's kind of like vowing or swearing, like how, like saying you have no idea of what, so I know more than you. And the verse comes saying, what?
Like Zhao, like you,
like swearing.
Yes. Specifically, like you have no idea, but
yes,
in kind of the way I said it, like Zhao, like it's using God's name, but in a way that you is saying that you're against it. So yeah, I've known all this. Like I've done a lot of this shit before.
So this verse comes as saying, for short, you have no idea about the heavens and the knocker, the piercing
specifically,
star.
You don't know about God is like what I was meant to say.
What do you mean?
Like in the way I meant to say it, in like it's disrespecting God and also saying his name. It's like you don't know God's name. It's what it was meant to signify.
No, I think not. It's
that's what I meant it as.
No, just the verse saying, like, to show you how insignificant you are. So I am powerful. Now listen to what I'm going to say.
Yeah, kind of. At a point, it's like, bitch, shut the fuck up and listen to what I'm having to say. But it was also like at a later date that it was just at a later time of the same God, and it was just like, shut the fuck up and listen to this, in a point of like the way that it was said, it was in a very, very specific way of like, shut up and listen.
So yes, and now at least in the Muslim community, we interpret the knocking star, the star that is piercing, as the what do you call it, the pulsar, because it's spinning and it's pulsing. So
Pulsar is
yeah,
literally just what stars are.
not bullseyes, pulsars.
Yeah, that's what I meant. A pulsar is just
Yeah.
like a star.
So yeah, there's some things. It could be some other interpretation, but at least these are the things that the tangible things that it would
I
make the conversation much easier.
I totally get what you're talking about. They knew 100% stars and rotations of them and what they were, and it's specifically why they put things down to certain points on stars.
Hold on, I'll try to use my phone because I'm already using my phone as a microphone, and I don't want to slip into the same mistake as I did the last time.
We did it.
Yeah, that's my smoking alarm. No, I'm serious. I got this application that helps me to regulate my smoking, so I'm not allowed to smoke until.
He's like,
Oh.
his thing tells him he has to smoke more hashish. It's like you have to smoke more hubbly bubbly hashish. This is the what is good for the gods. Yalla yalla. Akhbar.
What's that mean? Yawa yawa.
Yalla yalla. It means like yalla is quickly, I suppose.
Yeah.
Akhbar is technically kind of like God, I suppose.
Uh-huh.
Or Allahu Akbar is praise God. Or yeah, to praise God, I suppose.
What was the Bible originally written in? Was it originally written in Hebrew then?
It would have been written in technically a bunch of different languages in the same time.
Yeah.
In the same point. And like we specifically know that there was a bunch of different languages at the same point at the same time, which is how we know specifically how originally it would have been written in, which is like the kind of ancient Hebrew, which is like what kind of Aramaic.
Yeah. So the Muslims preferred the Romans rather than the Christians.
The thing is that like Romans type thing happened a lot later than the Bible. Like that's literally like probably 1,000 or so years later, and everything would have been completely rewritten and like put into their kind of context. Yeah. That's why there's so many different versions of the Bible, and interpretations of it. So there's so many different fucking religions and shit.
Yeah. Also,
Like, for example, like Gaelic, and like our kind of history type thing or culture is just massively different, and we don't have anything anything to do with the Romans, but it's completely independent from them. So literally the Romans tried to they actually built a wall and tried to separate themselves from my culture. So they just completely shut themselves off. So we have a completely different language, history, mythology and shit like that to Romans. Like that we're not even British. Which is weird because we built most other places, which is strange as shit.
Yeah.
Just if you ever speak to Irish people, they fucking hate English, right? Specifically because they were killed and treated like shit.
Yeah.
It's the same as my people as well. They were just fucking, absolutely horribly brutalized. And it just doesn't matter.
Yeah, we are live. Don't forget.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
But the Irish as well, that's one of the massive things specifically with the new Irish government as well. It's never changed.
Yeah, I saw.
It's why they randomly have completely different government. It's just oh well, we can prove that we have it because everything's horrible. Technically, you could have most of that stuff from all sorts of Gaelic stuff as well. Yeah. But I could go into way other stuff. English. Australian stuff, specifically Aboriginal kind of stuff, and that wouldn't be good.
Khalid, did you finish what you were saying? Or is he gone?
Yep.
He stuck his hand up. Sorry, I'm a little distracted at home here at the minute, so I'm not necessarily keeping quite as close an eye on things as I should be.
All right. Carry on, Khalid, please.
I think he's muted at the minute, so
So is anyone else coming in?
I think they're all still chatting over. They still seem to all be chatting over on Jose's.
Oh, side chats go on.
No, in the meet thingy.
Oh right, yeah. Crash your old bacon.
Yes.
Yeah, oh, you're here. Yeah, you went to say something, and
It's all good. Everything just got really weird and quiet.
yeah,
It's like,
yeah. I think we're all waiting for the others to join in.
is that an air-cooled Susie in your pick?
No, it's the water cool. First of the water cools, 92. Was a 750. It's now a 938. That's a WN, not a.
Nice.
Yeah. She's been tweaked.
No. I got a couple old air-cooled slingshots in the garage.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I keep meaning to get
Because if you're gonna ride something stupid and fast, it might as well be stupid fast and try to kill you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you're gonna have fun. I'll show you what it.
They're great as long as you don't ride them hard.
I had the Harleys when I was a teenager and grew out of them.
What?
I used to have a Harley. Well, I've had Harleys, but I grew out of them. I got bored of them. Where am I? Share.
Yeah, I knew a lot of people that had Harleys, but yeah, those people are bad.
That's what my bike looks like. This is what my bike looked like now.
Yeah, you showed us that. It was the Suzuki. That's fucking nice.
Yeah.
That engine bay of it that's really, really nice.
That is cool. That.
Yeah, it is. It's fucking legit.
There you go. Bit bigger. Yeah, she's the only thing originally left of this bike is the petrol tank and the main part of the frame, this bit.
Yeah, no.
The rest of it, every single thing on it has been changed.
Yeah, I can tell. I know what that bike is meant to look like. And that's just really, really nice.
Oh, thank you.
It's very nice.
And she goes well as well. Yeah, no chicken strips, you might notice. I like to use all of the tire, all of the time. Where we go? That one.
Most like race bikes or whatever road bikes, they suck. Like, I mean,
Hey, Big
you
Blue.
look at them and they look nice.
Yeah.
But it's
on the road, they're horrible.
They can't do anything.
They're too rigid. Yeah, they're built for one thing only.
Yeah, and they cost a stupid amount of money.
Yeah.
I know for a fact.
Yeah. Oh, they do. Yeah, picture of me as on track. That was the first time I took it on track, actually. There. Yeah, she's great. Yeah, it's my baby. I've got another two in the shed. I got to assemble because they're all in bits. But I'll get round to it. But not now because it's cold. Once it drops below 15 degrees, that's me. That's out. My body just won't function below that temperature. What you say, Crash?
So Harleys are just expensive vibrators.
Yeah. They're hideously.
Harleys suck dick.
No.
What are you doing with a Harley? Are you gonna put it between your legs and make your fucking balls vibrate? 'Cause
I'm going to put a woman on the back of my queen seat against the sissy bar and
yeah,
get her
okay.
off.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, unless you're gonna try and get fucking a chick off by like,
I mean, they're good
like
for what
they suck.
they're good for what they're built for, basically.
Pretty much.
What, going in a straight line?
But they're just
Yeah.
well, they'll go around corners. They're not that bad. You got to slow down a bit because there's no ground clearance on them.
I explained what my dad did and what fucking race engines are. I've seen them.
Well, trust me, I know the difference between the two.
Yeah. Did you take your are they slabbies you got? Did you say?
Are they what?
Are they?
Yeah, I got
slabbies?
slab sides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you take them out much?
I have one that's still a Street 750 that it's got a massive oil leak because it snapped the chain, but I still ride it. Then the other one I'm rebuilding, and I'm not sure
what to do. Oh, cool. You're roboting a lot, Crash, but I understood what you said. You sound like a robot.
I have not the best weather here for Wi-Fi at the moment.
Hello?
All right. Hello, Khalid.
Oh my God, do I have to tap in to speak? Okay, I just leave it tapped and I move on. Now you can hear me. I don't have to press anything.
No, you just chat.
No, just chat.
Oh my God. Now I feel old.
You're technical
old
now.
Bitch.
Welcome to the modern world.
Hello, back when I was a kid, we used to have Doom and I can't remember the names. I don't remember.
When you were talking about the Romans, that reminded me of a movie I saw called Arthur. That I saw a wall between maybe Scotland and England.
Oh, the
they call it the
Wall.
North people.
It's called Hadrian's Wall. Yeah.
Hadrian.
Yeah, it was a.
It was literally when the Roman emperor named Hadrian came to England and made a wall between England and Scotland.
Yeah.
He couldn't deal with those people. So what can I say? Savage?
Yes. They were savages. They were basically he saw them like raping plow horses and said that these people were like savages, so kept them apart from his empire.
Yeah, he didn't like
intimidation.
Yeah, they kicked their butt.
Yeah, there were about 5 different walls at various different points north, and Hadrian's one's almost the most southerly one. It's still quite a long way down into England.
Yeah. Hadrian's wall is the most southern wall, and it's the main wall that's meant to be between England and Scotland, and yeah, it's pretty fucking shit. And Hadrian's empire, when they went to go and fight the Celts or the Gallic, they got their fucking ass kicked.
Yes, they did. You don't want to argue with the Scotsman or the Irish.
I can imagine Dale now when I hear this. You know what, Dale?
Oh, I know for a fact because I'm Gallic.
Yeah. No.
I'm Gallic. But we will fucking kick your fucking ass.
Yeah.
And also, yeah, they didn't give a shit. They had different gods. They had different everything. They didn't care. They would just absolutely beat fucking shit out of
You
the
know-
other people.
You know why, don't you? It's because they didn't want no one to have their whiskey.
Yeah,
Yeah, come on
kind
in.
of technically, yes. It was to do with like how they had shit set out, like Pete and fucking like how they had their like wheat and shit set out for like, oh yeah, this is for whiskey, this is for like fucking bread. Fuck away from us, you bitch. Bam.
I ain't seen Pip on here.
I'll kick your fucking ass, motherfucker.
Have you seen Pip lately, Alan?
No, I haven't. But then I did on Monday, but I then didn't see. I didn't really see anybody much yesterday because I wasn't exactly around, was I? Sitting in the hospital
No, I
waiting
think-
for a brain scan.
Did I not? Am I correct in saying she's gone away for a couple of days?
I think she might have had to.
Yeah. I think so. The Big Blue did come in, then went again.
He did. He did.
That's a bitch.
Yeah. I don't know what happened to him. Perhaps he got called away.
Well, that's a bitch.
Do we have any Irish gentlemen here?
Nay.
Any what, gentlemen?
No, because we just spoke a little bit about Scotland, and I'm very interested in that civilization.
Ireland.
What?
Ireland.
So I'm also interested in Ireland, and it's all because a couple of movies, Devil's Own for Brad Pitt and John Michelson, or John Michael Collins. So,
Yeah, I'm
not sure if
probably
you know
not
the
the.
guy.
Yes, and I'm really not the person to talk to about that. And honestly, on this channel, that's one conflict I would really rather avoid speaking about.
Yeah, okay. Well, the whole point, Liam Neeson is a very good actor. It just was a good movie. Yeah, nothing else.
Only because I was actually on one side of that conflict. So, yeah, rather avoid it if we can, please.
Yes. Okay. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. It's just that obviously, I could be somewhat intemperate in my language. Yeah, it's just better if I don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's understandable, Alan.
Yeah, you know, it is what it is, I'm afraid.
Okay, I got a question about Egypt now.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is kind of similar because my ancestors were involved in that conflict, like 4,000 years ago, when Ramses II chased the Jews and killed them and do all these nasty stuff. So the question: who would you consider worse, Ramses or Hitler?
I think all despotic leaders of that ilk are just as bad as each other. How's that for an answer? I mean, there's been a lot of people through the years who've done some pretty damned evil stuff, and they all deserve.
Of you.
And they all deserve a level of condemnation. Yeah, I mean, even especially the British Empire, of course. I mean, we've done some pretty, as a nation, we've done some pretty bad shit as well.
Like all nations
I
have,
won't.
haven't they? Really?
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, it seems to be the basic nature of humans to get into conflict with other humans, and you only have to look at the fact that our greatest driver of new technology is how to kill people with more efficiency.
It's a bit sad, really, isn't it? Rather than preserve life.
Very.
Yeah. But at the same time, once you get to the point where it's so nasty, that should stop the wars. But it doesn't always work that way. But I suppose that's their idea of it.
It's never worked that way.
I just want to know how to kill people with more efficiency, but keep it secret. Shh, don't tell anyone. Also, don't tell anyone that the world's secretly flat.
Shh, don't mention that word.
Well, my point of the question is that Ramses is my ancestor, but whenever it's brought up how he, whatever he did.
Which one? The second?
Yeah, the second.
Yeah,
I don't feel ashamed. Unlike
no,
Germans,
because you know that there is specifically there's different Ramses, and they were like thousands of years apart.
Yes, I think so. I'm not so good in history, even my own history, but yeah.
Well, Ramses II was
that's the one we're talking about.
Yes, was thousands of years before Ramses I. Yeah.
So, what horrific deeds did Ramses do? I don't actually know a lot about that.
Well, I know from the Quran, he did a lot of horrible things. Maybe like allowing the first night right, something like that, and then killing the children and enslaving the Jews. A lot of bad things. So, yeah. But the point I'm also trying to make again that because this was thousands of years ago, I don't feel bad when someone from another country talk to me about it. Unlike
how many
Germans.
thousand?
What?
Specifically, do you know how many thousands of years ago that Ramses was? Well,
no.
How do you know exactly that his definition or whatever is
according to what everyone agrees upon. I mean, I didn't see anyone saying that Ramses II is a good man.
That's the thing. Who agrees on specifically Ramses or Ramses II? Because also you said you just don't know exactly when his when he did all this shit was.
Yeah, I don't know when exactly.
Which is, as far as I can know, as far as I know, is like 8,000 years ago.
Wouldn't that be a little bit much?
Yeah, 8,000 years, because that would be 6,000 BC, and I think that was a little before.
No. Oh, possibly. What? No, isn't this shit like... specifically isn't Ramses II like 6,000 to 8,000 BC?
I don't think it's that.
It's a fucking long time ago.
Yeah, I think more like I think more like about 4,000 years ago. So 2000
at least
BC.
it says in Wikipedia he ruled from 1279 to 1213 BC, so that would be 3,000, 4,000 years ago.
Yeah.
More close to 3,000 years ago.
3,300 years ago.
Double the time of Jesus.
It's still a very long time ago.
Yeah, double the time of Jesus.
Yes, I was actually wondering a bit about that. I have a very, very rough outline of Egyptian history, and from what I can tell, it started something like 6,000 years ago or something like that. So I was actually wondering about, well, the Ramesses dynasty would have been in the later period. So I was actually a bit doubtful about that 6,000 years ago.
We specifically know about all the fucking dynasties of those people, and they were, like, to not say a bad word, they were retards. Like, the ancient Egyptians were retards. They were extremely malformed and technically gods, but they were just horribly fucking malformed humans. It's really horrible shit, but it actually fucking happened, and we can prove exactly who these people were and what they look like, and it's pretty fucking horrible.
Also, I'm not sure if they ruled so far apart from each other. Ramses the First was something like 1292 BC, and then Ramses the 11th would have been from 1100 BC.
Specifically, what I was talking about was like Tutankhamun and like his.
Oh yes.
His ancestors and like his family. We know exactly who they were and what they look like because we have their bones, and they're horribly, horribly misshapen people. Like, the amount of inbreeding in that family is fucking horrible because, like, they barely look like humans.
Well,
I've never heard about
that is
this
correct.
before.
Yes. Go ahead.
I said I've never heard about this before. I did see in some like documentaries how they did something to the head of infants to grow in a certain shape.
Yeah, you mean binding? That it's literally binding the skull to make it misshapen into a elongated thing. Yes, that stuff did used to happen, but like, you know, those ancient alien skulls that they show, and they have like really elongated skulls. That's not, you know, some crazy ancient alien shit. That's actually what humans' skulls used to look like, but specifically because they were extremely malformed humans that were massively inbred. Like, for example, Tutankhamun, the most famous ancient Egyptian ever, Tutankhamun, the most famous fucking ancient Egyptian, and you see his death mask and it's all like fancy gold and blue and stuff. That kid was like 12 years old. He's never walked in his entire life, and the way that he is depicted is an ancient alien because his head is so misshapen that it doesn't look like a human. It's horrible. Like, that person basically didn't have an existence. He was born, had a horrible fucking misshapen body, and died. And that's it. That's all we know about him.
And is that a rare case, or that the case with the whole king family, or the
No, all of them, all of the dynasty of them, that's what it is.
But not the common.
Everybody was horribly misshapen, and like they wouldn't have even been able to speak their own name, let alone like count to 10. None of them were even intellectually smart enough to even say their own names. That's how horribly disabled they all were for a long time.
That implies that the priests are the ones who were controlling the country and running it.
100% for the ancient Egyptians. Shit, yeah. Because those people, the people that were meant to be the gods, they literally were not even able to speak their own language.
It is a fact that cannot be debated that yes, there was a lot of inbreeding, and yes, for example, with Tutankhamun, those were visible on his body, and also those caused a lot of stillbirths and so on. As far as saying they couldn't even pronounce their own name or count to 10.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if you can say that.
It's not just Tutankhamun, it's the fact that by the time that it was to Tutankhamun, that it was so far beyond any of them knowing anything. Like, they were flat out retards. None of them, by the time they were born, could ever do anything. They literally they won't even speak. They couldn't speak their own languages, ever.
Do you have a source for that? I'm not saying that the inbreeding didn't happen and it didn't have deleterious effects, but as far as saying they couldn't pronounce their own name or count to 10, I'm a bit doubtful about that.
Yeah, no. Well, like, I'm almost certain that Tutankhamun technically knew, like, he knew who he was, and his family knew who they were, but at the same time, because they were that retarded, they wouldn't really know technically who they were. Even though they technically at the time he was like God, but he didn't know it. He just knew that his dad was important. That's technically all he knew at the time when he was technically in power.
But again, the question I didn't get answer for: who was running the country? Who was making wars? Who was making economy and stuff like this? They were retarded.
There was technically a major power as well. It's why there's, like, every time you see the like written stuff for that time, it's not from one particular person. It's from like a group of people type thing. So most of the time I assume that the major person to know particularly what was going on, or they would have had to very specifically know about it, which is specifically like with later on when it was like kids or younger people taking over from their fathers, that they couldn't bullshit a bunch of the stuff.
Like for example, who did the orientation of the pyramids and stuff like that?
There would be specifically exactly who did the pyramids at the exact time.
Well, I'm not talking only about the pyramids. Pyramids. Some people say the Jews built the pyramids and even engineered it.
Fuck no, because they were it was in fucking Africa a long time before they were ever fucking talking to Jews. Completely different group of people at a completely different time.
I don't know. It just sounds funny. If my boss is a jerk, then I would throw him away and rule the country instead of him.
Because basically, with the pyramids and shit, right? Like, these people, whoever the fuck built the pyramids, knew exactly what stars were, exactly where stars were at any specific point in time, and knew the exact fucking diameter of the Earth. There's no way that they didn't.
I'd like to believe that. But yeah, who are they?
They literally built pyramids at a fucking exact line, lining up with stars, and they built pyramids to match up with the exact fucking radius of the Earth. How can you, like, they knew exactly what the radius of the Earth was.
I need to understand this. What's the relation between the pyramid size and the radius of the Earth?
The fucking degrees of the sides of the what can we call it? Pyramids is the exact radius of the planet.
Oh, okay. I'll look this up. This sounds interesting.
Giza, isn't it? I'm almost positive that the main big pyramid of Giza is the exact radius of the planet of the Earth, the exact radius of our planet. And the fact that all of the fucking pyramids line up with, like, you know, all the fucking stars and shit. They really knew shit a long time ago.
It's the exact radius of the Earth in what units? Because it cannot be the exact, like it cannot be the same radius in meters as the Earth, because it would be half of the Earth.
It doesn't matter what the units are. They could be using some strange units, but when we convert them to the units that we know,
I'm trying to clarify the question.
Yeah, fucking can't remember. As far as I knew, that the radius of the or technically the radius of the main pyramids that equaled up with the radius of the planet. Some bullshit.
The pyramids don't have a radius. They're not circular. Or should I say cone-shaped?
No, not circular. It's the You know what I mean?
Circumference?
Fucking, yeah, circumference or some shit. Like fucking part of the whatchamacallit pyramid. But it was like exactly the same size as what fucking Earth is or some shit. I can't remember. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, you are not probably giving it in the best form possible, because the way you are saying it at the moment, it sounds like it would be basically a half of the Earth. And I'm not trying to dig at you. So possibly there is a form of saying it that is more compelling.
I believe in ratios, so maybe that's the key. Some kind of ratio that resembles the radius of the Earth
Yes.
to
Yes.
something else. Yeah.
So I'm not taking any stance on, oh yeah, this is bullshit, or no, this is not.
It was basically like how a bunch of the fucking pyramids were lined up, and how I don't. No, I can't fucking remember.
It's okay. It's okay.
I remember that it like magically lined up with some sort of magic of shit.
Yeah, and we can probably, if we want to look into it further, Google history and so on.
Oh yeah, no, that's the thing, that it kind of like, it wasn't bad. It didn't equal out to like, oh no, everybody's like completely mad. It was just like kind of standard shit. It's kind of like, oh yeah, well,
Evening,
like if
gentlemen.
it was just like
Good evening.
random
Evening.
pyramids.
I felt my specialized subject being discussed in the ether, so I thought I'd come in.
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome.
This is actually Druss's specialist subject, so yeah.
Ether.
Excellent. We can listen to it for hours, which will be great, because I'm expecting a phone call in a minute that I'm going to have to take. So I can leave you all to it, and you can have a wonderful chat while I deal with what I've got to do.
Ethernet is happening. Like, there's a magical bunny that's gonna pop right through here. It's gonna be all like boop boop.
Druss, did you have to wade through the ether band to get here?
No, there is no aether band. An aether and Ethernet are very different things, because that's my other specialized subject. I do quite a bit of IT. But what you're talking about the size of the pyramids is, yeah, someone got it half right. It's a ratio. So there's a ratio between the square of the pyramid and the diameter of the Earth is what's proposed by a guy called Robert Bauval, and also taken up by a guy called Graham Hancock in a book that he did called Fingerprints of the Gods.
That's probably it. Yeah, there's been a bunch of people that have like put up a bunch of shit towards it, and yeah, mainly it's all bullshit.
Yeah, and the theory that Graham Hancock puts out is the shafts from either the Queen's or the King's Chamber. I can't remember which off the top of my head.
It's the King's Chamber. Yeah, and they all point to it.
One's pointing at the Pleiades, and the other's pointing at one of the
Pleiades,
stars of Orion. And that's significant.
Would that be? Sorry. Would they have been pointing at those stars when the pyramid was built?
No, that's another thing. So one of the other arguments, So one of the other arguments is about the Sphinx. So obviously, you know, at the moment we're in the age of Pisces.
Yeah, it was meant to be. It was pointing at a different point, and the King's Chamber with the points going out either way and meant to be going to a different point.
Yeah, the problem we have with that is we don't know what the significant dates are from the Book of the Dead. So we don't know.
We 100% do, because
no, we don't know. And I've trust me, I've really studied this. We know the stars that they were interested in. That's cool, but those alignments happen at specific times of year, and unless you if you don't know the time of the year it's supposed to happen, you can't backtrace it through precession. Full stop. Okay.
That's what I thought we knew.
No, there's not. I've read the Book of the Dead quite a few times. So yeah, so that's one thing. The other thing with the Sphinx is, again, there's a theory. This is based on work done by Graham Hancock in his books, also by Robert Bauval in a book they both authored together, based on the work of a geologist called Robert Schoch, where there was weathering patterns, and that weathering pattern then called into question the age of the Sphinx. Obviously, you know that there's a view that the head that's on the Sphinx now is not the original head. That is a theory. There's no actual evidence for that, apart from the head.
Yeah, it's meant to be more a head of Anubis.
No, it's supposed to be a lion is one of the ones that comes up. The head of Anubis is another one that comes up.
Yeah.
But we also know that the Sphinx is a very, very old symbol. The same as Anubis is a very, very old symbol. The same as Horus is a very, very old symbol. You know, so again, it sort of depends. Now, one of the interesting things that carries evidence for the Anubis theory is that rather than just being, you know, the guide of the dead, he was originally the god of the dead. And he was replaced by
That's why
Osiris.
I thought it was meant to be him. Yeah.
But the other thing, one of the other oldest gods in Egypt is Bast, who's the cat god, who used to be the god of war in the original Egyptian pantheon. And that's one of the reasons why they say that. So Graham Hancock goes with it's an alignment to Leo, which puts it about sort of that 10,000 year bracket that he likes to go for.
12,000.
About 10,000. It's about 11,200, so probably nearer 12. But yeah.
Yeah, 12. Yep.
You know, and this is part of the precessional cycle of the constellation rising at dawn. Prior to the rise of the sun.
It equals up perfectly. That's the point. That it's like 12,000.
No, it doesn't.
Cat god.
No, it doesn't. So you go and Google the ages and look when they start and finish. So go age of Leo was around 10,000 BC. Okay, so it is actually about 12,000 before now. Yes, I'll give you that.
That's what I thought.
I was fixed on the 10,000 BC.
Boom.
Yeah, that's right. It's been a long day. But yeah, so that's kind of, so that's all lovely, but we have very, very little actual evidence to support that. And the main problem that I have with the whole theory is one of the things we have a shitload of for the Egyptians is their writing.
Evidence?
We don't have anything in writing.
That's what I meant. We know everything that they did because it was hugely documented.
So on the 13th of April in the year 8,426, what were they doing?
What?
Don't make silly statements. We don't know everything they did. We have a glimpse. We have a tiny glimpse. We have a fraction of the writing that was there.
To a point of like who the fuck they were.
Even that is is argued
to most people.
Even the king lists,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, even the king lists. Now, actually, the stuff we have for the most ancient, the most writing we have for any culture, prior to sort of Rome and some of the Greek, is Sumer. We have way more writing for Sumer than we do for Egypt. Way more. We got about 2 million clay tablets from Sumerian and Neo-Babylonian, from the Sumerian to the Neo-Babylonian period. We've got shitloads of stuff. We've got nearly 1.2 million clay tablets we haven't even deciphered yet. So no, we don't have more writing from Egypt than we do anywhere else. Sorry?
Yeah, we got it. Yeah, you're right. We have a ridiculous amount of other stuff.
No, again, that's just a fraction of what was there. So I mean, as I say, this is like the equivalent of if you took all the books in the world, you might have 300 of them. But you don't actually have 300 of them. What you actually have is you have about 1,000 of them, but you only have about 10% of every one.
Yeah, to be honest, the main thing that I only ever did when I was a kid and I was really interested in was mainly the Egyptian shit. That's all I really bothered to do. And yeah, there's a fuckload of better shit now that we know.
Yeah, I mean, our views of Egypt have changed drastically over the last 35, 40 years.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Even when I was a kid, the stuff that we knew about fucking Egyptians now compared to then, compared to now is like crazy shit.
I've just got to give our shout out to Ali B. Like most archaeologists like Truss are nothing more than glorified grave robbers. Bless you.
Yeah, isn't he nice?
Oh, yeah.
Hello, Channel X.
I love that.
He's just bitter because whilst he's Scottish, he's a lowlander, which means he's a bit of a shitty cunt, effectively. So you know, from where I come from in Scotland, we kind of look down on pieces of shit like that. That's why they're downstream from us, because we let the shit flow downstream.
Is that what you want to see? A fucking weak crack cunt. Fucking twat.
Anyway, but that's enough of that. He's just trolling for attention, bless him. So that's all I really wanted to say on.
Just a second. We prefer people didn't just abuse people on this channel.
Sorry.
It's okay in a face-to-face argument. I'll let it go then.
Yeah, right.
And as Just did in reply to a side chat comment, that's okay, but not just personal vitriolic attacks. That's not.
No, I don't. I just thought it was a bit of a silly statement, which is why I pulled it up. Anyway, that's all I really wanted. Yeah, that's all I really wanted to say.
What Peck said afterwards.
Yeah, no, that was ridiculous. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so that's Joss.
Sorry.
Could you put a link in the side chat for Channel X?
Yeah, I'm just going to stick that there. Sorry. It's really hard tonight because I've got a pad over one eye because I can't because it hurts less than leaving it open. So.
Right.
I can't even. I keep missing my mouse because of the lack of peripheral vision.
I thought it was because you took too much Viagra.
No.
Oh, must be a pain in the ass.
You're just doing it wrong. So that's all. I've got a few bits I need to get done tonight, so I wasn't really planning coming in. It's just I heard you talking about the pyramids. Yeah. And someone said the pyramids are evidence of procession. I said, no, there's nothing processional about them. No, there's some great stone circles where we do see it. In fact, actually, I think it's the best explanation for a site in France called Karnak, which is not Karnak in Egypt. It's spelled slightly different, C-A-R-N-A-C. But that's an amazing site. That's over 4,000 stones in multiple lines, stretching over 3 or 4 kilometers. I mean, it's just a ridiculous. I mean, Avery's a big place. There's someone near me. But this is just massive.
Does it, like, when you stand in certain points, it shows, what do we call it? Stars?
Well, again, I think most of what we see for sighting lines is to a point at a date. So, one of the classic ones for me is Stonehenge. Everybody goes and celebrates summer solstice at Stonehenge. And from everything that I've seen, read, and sort of researched and people I've spoken to, there's a lot more evidence that it's for the winter solstice. Which is also a more important celebration than the summer solstice.
One of the points is that it literally lines up stars.
Yeah, but it's at specific dates at specific times. So you tend to do things like
no, exactly.
You're looking at rising stars.
That's one of the major points. Yeah, exactly.
And the winter solstice alignments fit better than the summer solstice.
How much difference would that be?
To be honest, because in Australia, I don't know if we've really got that.
We've got Ayers Rock.
Like, I know we've got Ayers Rock, but we don't. But we don't have like a group of stones that like you look through them at a specific point that it will show certain things.
I'm not so sure about that. There's a lot of petroglyphs in Australia on Munro Range is what I can think of.
It's not like that there's people here that aren't fucking smart. It's just that we don't have a fucking group of stones that you stand in the middle of it and it predicts the calendar.
Well, again, I don't.
Be pretty handy.
I don't think you'd stand in the middle of them. I'd actually think you'd use two stones to create a sight line.
Yeah,
isn't that the whole point of like fucking whatchamacallit, Stonehenge?
Yeah,
that, like if you're in the middle of it, that it shows you exactly like what certain points of the year is.
Yeah, but how much difference would it have been when they first built that Stonehenge to it is now?
Yeah.
Yeah. How dare you?
Because there's 72 stones in the main circles in Stonehenge that are still there. Yeah. Out of which I think 19 have been worked on. And set properly. Because there was days when they fall over.
There's meant to be like a shitload of different rings around the outside as well.
Yeah.
Like not just what you're seeing at the moment.
Well, you know what a Stonehenge actually literally means?
There's ones here as well. And also Gallic, so it's the same type of shit that we've got in Scotland.
There's loads in Scotland. Callanish is an amazing site. That's one of my favourite stone circles. It's up on the Isle of Lewis.
Yeah, my actual name just means king.
Oh, bloody hell.
What's that?
Anyway.
Sorry. Young Tahuti, just read my new username in Zoom.
Oh.
That
Crash your black.
Boom.
Solid Solomon.
Governor.
Hello, robot.
Ali, I'd be amazed if you even understand what the word chukta means. Come on, give me the meaning of the word chukta. Let's see if you actually understand the words you're using, my man.
Truss, he might have a little problem, seeing as how you notice what colour he is now.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, timing him out isn't going to have any effect on him.
I'm not going to time him out. I wouldn't do that.
No. It won't, because
he ain't got a spanner.
Yeah, he ain't got a spanner. Slow mode is on. Slow mode is at 5 minutes.
Oh.
Well,
anyway.
Because we got what's it did the other night, so I had to put slow mode right. Oh, didn't want to
Look
do
at
that.
you fucking radar.
Oh, so tuchtar is an actual word. I was thinking Ali misspelled something.
I could see the oh, it disappeared.
Hello,
Oh no,
Laurie.
there it is.
We see you.
It's like
Hello, Laurie.
the figure of 8 thing.
Yeah.
Hello. Why is
But
everyone saying hello to me?
Because you suddenly appeared on
Hello.
camera.
Oh,
Someone's chopped the rest of your body off, though.
Yeah, we can just see the corner of your head and some
Are you Laurie?
very tall furniture.
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I wasn't preparing to go on camera, but it's okay.
I think that's kind of why we were saying hello to a degree.
Oh yeah, I understand.
Young Tahiti.
Hello.
I tried to show myself, but it didn't work.
I actually like these conversations. You sometimes learn new words. For example, that word tuchtar, or however you say it. I have never heard of that.
It's Scottish.
Dutch?
It's Scottish Gael, so that.
How is it
Yeah,
pronounced?
Tuchta.
Tuchta. And what is tuchta?
It's a word to use by a lowland Scot because they're snivelling, jealous bastards. As a term for Highlanders.
Yeah. If it's anything, it's like
and the worst thing is it means strong man, literally, or cattle herder is another variation of it. Because Took is physically or mentally strong.
Yeah,
my Scottish Gael is shit. So
yeah, in Gaelic, it's meant to be like, and it literally means like strong man, kind of. It's weird.
So it's meant to be a derogative term, but it's actually a compliment.
They think it's they think it's derogatory, but yeah, most Highlanders see it as just a joke. It's kind of like that sad thing that lowlanders do to show their jealousy, because they know basically they're just fucking English people that moved north.
Yeah, to be honest, it'd be I didn't realize that it was meant to be Scottish. I thought it was just.
Please say north is uphill.
English. Like, no, I thought it was just like Sydney. Like, if you were Scot, you'd say that shit.
No, it's the same as
we use Scottish slang a lot here, and it just basically it means like fuck you cunt, basically most of the time in English.
Language just a little bit, please.
Yeah, no, sorry. It's just in Australian English, it just basically means like the worst thing you can say in your slang. And so it's just basically like a really offensive term that you can say. But I noticed that it was literally like it was meant to be. It's like several different terms in
Alan's
Scottish.
just read Aussie's globe heads saying. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I rather like Dora Niku's one there. I think that might be right for a Highlander. When considering a lowlander, he who pisses in my water.
Yeah. Are you coming in, Channel X? Who else is Aussie Globehead?
Aussie Globehead is there. I thought he was supposed to be going to bed.
Yeah, and Ali's right. I just want to actually, say Ali's right. Gaelic is not a real Scottish language. I'm from the northeast of Scotland, Ali, where we didn't really speak Gael. We spoke Pictish.
Oh, apparently you're a fake Scot.
Ah, well.
Really?
What's the fake
I know Quranic.
hold on a second. Let me see. What does Ali's opinion mean to me? Oh, not a lot.
Nothing. That means
Did I
three.
need to get them crickets out for that one?
Yeah. No, trust. That means three.
It means you're gonna get slapped hard.
No, it means three. That's what it means.
Indeed. Anyway, I am going to go and make some food and do some chores and be productive, because otherwise I'll stay in here all night and not get anything done again.
Well, that'd be good. That'd be fun. I mean, come on,
means
Monday.
he's-
The last
it's
one was 11
complete
hours and
bullshit.
55 minutes.
Yeah. Got to do 12 this time.
Means he can't even speak about the
Dave
flat
Quranic
earth.
is back.
Khalifi,
And Ali, where do they say things like Tukta and Sasnach? That's most commonly used in towns like Glasgow, my friend, where they speak that fake Gael. I just love the way he digs himself into stuff. It's just fun. Anyway, I'm going to get distracted, so I'm going to go. Guys, I will catch you later, and I'll stop baiting. By the way, Channel X, I thought on the Flat Earth server to you last night was bang out of order, and a very similar thing happened to me.
Say again, over.
Oh, I didn't realise you joined Channel.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Yeah, no.
Oh, that's who you're agreeing against. I wish people wouldn't keep changing their names.
I was on the debate the Flat Earth night when Captain Bastard Shitface decided to mute you for no reason.
Oh.
In the Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's yeah, whatever.
Bit knobbish.
Aussie Globehead's ready to get
very
to
much
the
so,
airport.
but you know what? It's really fine. It really is fine.
Cool.
It's I got back in and we had a good conversation, and when you go through something like that, it's actually it's a good learning experience. And if you got two people that get angry at each other, and then you each calm down, and then you explain each other's position and you move on, that actually makes your relationship stronger.
I didn't actually feel you were being angry at, be honest, Channel X. That was the whole point.
No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. But
they you know, I can fairly say they had not an unreasonable argument for muting me when I got muted, because I was just, you know when you get with Spurs and you just gotta like keep his feet to the fire and you don't let him go because he's just being disingenuous shit. I did that to him and I probably went on a bit too long.
But it's the same thing I did. So here's the thing: they need Spurs more than they need us.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
because without him, the chat room basically is it's raison d'être. You know, it doesn't have one without Spurs, right?
Oh God!
Come on, young Tahuti, come and join us.
I'll make a space for you, Tahuti, and also Ali B. You could come and join too, and you can discuss the qualities of your heritage with the others.
Yeah, trust. He doesn't want to come after I ejected him. I don't remember doing it. My memory's like that. Apparently, I ejected him the other day because he was being
an asshole.
Yeah. I didn't realise I'd actually done that. No, because normally he leaves before you have to do that.
I don't get Ali. I mean, last conversation we had, it was all pleasant and nice, and then
like
that into the chat.
He can turn on a dime.
It's so strange.
It takes us a few seconds and that's it. He's soft. I don't know if he's
someone's nicked his
drinking heavily or something. I don't know what it is.
I mean, I admit it that sometimes I get triggered and then I lose it and I will get quite angry and shouty. But I try and avoid it, and I'm not one to hold.
Sorry, I was just going to say angry and shouty. Isn't that like the reverse pair of nicey and smashy or whatever it's called?
Smashy and nicey.
Smashy and nicey.
Smashy and nicey with angry and shout. We do a lot of good work for charity, guys. A lot of good work for charity. Well, we don't like to talk about it.
Oh, that was
Harry
good.
Enfield.
That's good. American.
It was a Harry Enfield.
Oh, Harry Enfield. All right, Harry Enfield. Say more.
Yeah. I make weird connections in my head.
I hit
Lol.
Truss. I hit
Yep.
5. I hit 5 gigs today.
Oh, nice. What are
Yeah.
you using for cooling?
A Rock Pro I got the other day.
Oh, Dot Rock Pro. Cool.
Yeah, got it for 20
He's been
quid.
Yeah, that's pretty good off an air cooler.
He's been smearing it with Vegemite. It's worked
No.
so far.
No, I can't use Vegemite. I've got to use Bovril. I'm a full
Marmite.
eater.
Yeah. Rather a Marmite.
Marmite.
Oh, did you see the Americans trying British? Is it Americans trying British snacks? And
Yes.
this guy just put a spoon into a jar of Marmite, took out a whole spoon of Marmite and put it in his mouth.
and then
What's in his face?
And then what? And then what? What did he do?
I'm not sure if he vomited, but he spat it out pretty toot sweet, I think.
Did someone point out to him that's not how you eat it?
No. It's not peanut butter.
How do you make an American slim?
And Ozzy told him that he was a pussy.
Yeah. How do you make an American slimmer? Give him a jar of Marmite.
Yeah.
Bless him. Anyway.
Fuck
off.
Yes.
I'm going.
Goodbye.
Who's got a spare Windows 10 key?
Probably not. I'm a
Here's the question: what is a Windows 10 key?
I might actually have one. Hold on a second.
Post in the side chat.
What is that?
What is that?
I'm serious. I'm a Mac user. What's a Windows 10 key?
So you know when you do your Mac and then basically you click OK on the EULA, if you reinstall iOS, which you've probably never done because you don't know how to install an operating system on a Mac.
Because I never. You mean because I never have to? Okay.
Yeah.
The same way I never have to reinstall the engine in my car. Okay.
Well, it wears out. Yeah. No, this is reinstalled because your daughter's selling it. So
Windows 10. Windows 10 key, not Windows 10 key.
No, not 10
Yeah.
key.
But basically, when you cross
Windows 10 key.
a GTR 33 and they're racing you on the side of the road and you've got to reinstall it.
I thought the word was here. I'll type it in.
Yeah, Matt, are you on Skype?
No, I'm in Discord.
Are you in Discord?
That's right. Look in the chat. That's what I thought you were saying. Hold on, I'll type it in.
Just after I shut Discord down. Thanks.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right. Fucking bastards.
I'm the person that's like 10 people deep.
Yeah, Truss, you'll find Mad at least in mine and Terry's Discord.
That's what I thought you were saying. Look in the side chat. That's what I thought you were saying. Anyone got a Windows 10 key?
I'm
What's
not
a
in.
Windows 10 key?
No, I'm not. I've not got an invite to your server, Alan.
Oh,
You bastard!
Terry's?
I don't have Terry's either.
Right.
No.
There's a
TCB.
permalink under. Are you looking at the? Yeah, you were looking at the live stream earlier, weren't you?
I was. I've got a permalink.
There's a permalink hanging under that, so you can click the button and you'll be arriving immediately.
I have a ribbon. Okay, Mad B13, I've got you there.
I'll be going now. This is Khalid. Thank you, Druss and Ali, for talking to me about Egypt as if I didn't exist. But no, I really thank you. This was a lot of good information because I don't read a lot about my history, so it was very interesting and I enjoyed it a lot. So thank you both and thank you, Alan. Yeah,
you're very welcome, Khalid. Please come back on whenever you would like. if we can, it would be if you would like to talk more about Egyptian history. I'm sure the person for you really to talk to would be Toady UK, because
Yeah.
I think he has a fair bit of information about the pyramids from what I've seen him talk about on various stuff.
Matt, I'll keep that key just in case I type. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, what are you saying,
No,
George?
let Khaled go on. I realised I'd interrupt him. I was thinking. Sorry, Khaled.
No, it's okay. I'd say I'll be doing that. Yeah. So thank you.
Well, Dross, I think Toady would be a good person for Khaled to talk to about Egyptian history, wouldn't he?
He's a bit woo for my view on it, but yeah, no, he definitely knows his stuff.
Well, I mean, I know he was. I know he got inside the Great Pyramid at Giza, didn't he, on a trip to Egypt?
Yeah. I think he wants to think there was lots of machinery back in that time. I'm not sure. We haven't really gone into depth on it, so I don't want to misplace his
Yeah. Well, but anyway, at least he has some experience of the subject.
He has more experience because I have not been to Egypt, which really guts me.
Well, okay. Bye, bye, everyone. Thank you.
All right.
Bye, Khaled. Nice to have you here.
Hello, goodbye, Khaled.
Mad, I'll keep hold of that key. Let me know when you've activated it, and then I'll get rid of it.
Okie dokie. Yeah.
Because I might have typed it out wrong.
Ah.
If I have, it means I've got to go and find the original activation email that I got. I think that's Windows 10 Pro.
Oh, is it? Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
That's right. What the hell wrong, mate?
Oh,
it's just a spare key I've had because I've got one key that I use for my kids' PCs, and I've got one key I use for my PC.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I bought a batch of about 5 or 6,
mm-hmm.
and that's the last one left that hasn't got a tick next to it, so it should be free.
Ah, cool. Did you get them off AliExpress?
No, actually, I bought them off eBay as a job lot of OEM machines.
Cool.
So the secret is there's lots of companies out there that will sell you an OEM machine with an OEM Windows key.
Yeah.
Which then means it's legal under the Microsoft rules because you can only supply an OEM key with hardware. They then will offer, do you really want us to ship this hardware, or would you like us to dispose of it? Which still means it's legal because both items are on the invoice.
Yeah.
And then they just basically send you an email with the license key code.
Oh, that's good on them.
Yeah. So cool. I got 6 keys for about 18 quid.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Yeah. Cool. And a mix of home and pro.
Do you need a microphone?
No, I'm pretty good on microphones actually.
It's a really good one if you just want to have a microphone in a room and you hear everything that's going on in the whole house.
Yeah, it's a conference mic, but the professionals, the professional ones, they were like 200 quid when they came.
Yeah, I've got a Jabber one and I've got a Sennheiser one.
Sennheiser.
I work for a large IT company.
Yeah.
And part of what I have to do is look after what's called vendor relationships. I'm a techie, but that's part of my techie job because I get to decide what products that I want to work with.
Do you get lots of hardware?
I do on occasion. So
I've
got a really nice pair of Poly or was Plantronics headsets, like ridiculously expensive ones I'd never buy myself.
Yeah, I know.
I've got the same pair of I've got the same version in Logitech, which Logitech gave me when they saw the Poly headphones on my desk. I then found out neither of them worked very well with our Cisco Jabber.
Oh, right.
So I've now got them at home. So I was going to send a pair up to Farmers because he's just got shit fucking headphones and headsets, but he sorted his life out, so I never bothered. But yeah, I'm currently schmoozing AMD and Asus, which are again 2 companies that we work quite a lot with. We do a lot of AMD servers.
Have you heard what Cray is doing? The next
Yes.
supercomputer.
Yes.
11,800.
11,000. Yeah, isn't it 11,180 cores?
11,684, I think.
Yeah.
64 core processors. I worked it out last night. That'd have 1,500, 1 million. Yeah, 1,500 million threads.
Now, work this out for even bad. Each one of those processors is 200 watts.
I know, and 7,000 quid each.
And think of the heat off that mother. I used to work with stuff by a company called Sun, and they used to do something called Sun Starfire.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
Well, if you know Sun Starfires, then you know how much shit you can put into them.
Oh yeah.
And that was building like 64 processor boxes. Basically transputers.
Yeah.
And then dedicated memory per processor, which was just a phenomenal box. Yeah, you're going to keep me on, so I'm going to go.
Yes. All right, then, we'll chat later about it. Yeah.
Take it easy, guys.
Later.
Bye.
Yeah, as you can tell, that once me and Dross start talking about computers.
Oh
whoosh, yeah, whoosh.
I know several people.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I have several family members. You get them on talking about that. No.
Yeah, I am
having a blast in the chat room. Oh my word, that's kind of funny. They think that North is up.
North is up.
Yes.
Still,
of course,
still,
it is.
They still think that. They still no, but it's like it's 3 years now, and they still think that.
Well, it isn't a lot.
Dear.
Yeah, well,
people get a grip.
Colloquially here in the UK, yeah, we say up north,
Yeah,
and everybody will understand that. But
on a map,
because on a map we traditionally put north at the top. Well, no, sorry, we now traditionally put north at the top.
Yeah.
You look at Mapamundi, which is not quite sure how old, quite old, but that has east at the top because that's how they made maps back then, because they were all centered on Jerusalem, and Jerusalem was in the east. So they put east at the top. Yeah, Mapamundi is a very old map in Hereford Cathedral, and if you look at it, it's actually centered on. It's got east at the top with Jerusalem in the center, which puts the UK, which is on it, right out on the outer edge.
Yeah, by the ice wall.
Yeah, if you want a good if you want to watch some good debates between flat earthers that don't involve a lot of name calling, then Zombie we've just put in MC Toon is really it. It's very difficult to trigger him, and he's very respectful regardless of how the flat earther behaves. So yeah, I'm sort of done watching things like Flight to Flat Earth.
Yeah, I'm not that keen on Craig. It's just too shouty. Even for me, it's too shouty.
Yeah,
he's as rude as Oakley.
It's just it's like watching Matrix and watching Neo and Agent Smith beat the heck out of each other and get nowhere. It's pointless. It's pointless just fighting fire. You can't fight fire with fire.
Two egos.
Yeah. Can't do it.
No.
Doesn't it? All it does is just everyone just goes, oh, it's just
never argue with a fool in public. As the saying goes.
Well, right. Well, yeah.
The one I saw, never argue with an idiot in public. The spectators might not know who is who.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
They won't be able to tell apart who's the fool.
Yeah. And I know from experience, having tried to do it, and then they just say, you just sound as dumb as the other guy. Yeah. It doesn't work. You genuinely do to an outside, to an observer, outside observer. You sound the same. I was actually at a court case. I had a friend, and he was suing his ex-boss, and so he took it to court, and he was so sort of bitter, and his whole goal was to put the knife in and twist it, and that was so obvious that it was painful to watch it. And he was my friend. I went, you just sound exactly like him. So no, it doesn't work. It just doesn't.
No.
So these keyboard warriors in here, why don't some of them come in and chat?
Because the keyboard warriors are too scared to speak out because they know they'll get squished.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not like we've got a reputation here for being, for ganging up and shouting at people. I try and keep it under control as much as I can.
Yeah. I thought of this. I thought because I really wanted to start chat channel so that people come in and chat and be at least trying to be polite. So the idea was give everyone a wrench, and then give them a wrench for 2 weeks and say, right, after 2 weeks, if all you're going to do is just name call, then you lose your wrench. If you want to avoid that, you can come into the chat and keep your wrench. Do it that way, just to see how many of them actually have an argument they can vocalize or verbalize. So that would be funny. I haven't done it yet because there's Alan and there's Terry and there's Jose.
Yeah,
I don't know if there's room for another one.
The day is rather full, isn't it? That's one of the things I was looking to do my photography thing, and it's just like, well, when to do it? Because if I'm doing it because I've got people around the community who are saying, "Oh, I've got this camera, I don't know how to use it. Oh, Alan, you know a bit about photography. Can you do a bit to help us use it?" And it's like, well, yeah, okay. I've got an adult ed qualification, so I'll have a go, see what I can manage. And but it's finding a time to put it on when people aren't going to be busy doing something else.
Yeah, I mean, it'd probably be best just to say, right, every Saturday night, 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock UK time, whatever, I'm doing it this time. If you want to join in, you can.
Yeah.
Reliability. The biggest channels, they are big because they have content people want to watch. Plus, they're also reliable, like a TV show.
Exactly. So if you do it consistently every week, you'll get your views. You'll probably have Toady for the first 4 months, but that'll be okay.
I did kind of let Toady derail the last one.
No, not really, because he's probably asking the same questions other people will be asking. So
yeah, I know.
It doesn't matter, Alan. You're still teaching whoever's listening who wants to learn.
Yeah.
And you explain it really well. You're really good at teaching.
Yeah, I just felt like we didn't get very far with the subject. Well, I suppose what we didn't get very far with the subject that we were planning to get far with. We got further with other stuff, I suppose.
Yeah, you didn't get at the end of the zoom lens. You got halfway across. If you'd have started with a wide angle instead of the telescopic, you'd have been done.
Oh, yeah. Well, trouble is, actually, a lot of the people, I got so used to having to be very specific, and you actually end up having to go. When you're talking to flirters, you end up having to go into quite deep detail because they're the ones because they always go blah, 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 blah. So you kind of get used to diving deep. When somebody else asks you a question like that, you can end up going down the rabbit hole when you don't really want to.
Yeah, but at least his are genuine and honest, as opposed to someone just trying to derail you. That's the difference. So,
Okay, so Ali is saying that we're begging for people to come on. No, Ali, here's what it is. It's very easy to type really horrible things in chats. It's really easy. It's more difficult to say it to the person. and that's you're so brave with this keyboard, but
Yeah.
you
No.
can't really say it in
Yeah.
person. Let's hear you say it.
We're not desperate,
That's-
Ali. We're inviting. There is a difference. You have the option to come in.
Turn your camera on and then say the things that you say in the chat room so we can record them. If you believe the things that you say in the chat room, get on camera and say them.
Yeah. Get in chat so you can have a debate about
Yeah.
it.
Oh.
We might actually learn something, Ali.
Yeah, but remember that the chat is recorded anyway because it's going to be it's recorded with the stream. So
yeah.
It's not like there isn't a record of the stuff they say.
Yeah, exactly. Anyone can read about it and laugh.
Yeah.
So, but unfortunately, you won't be able to hear people laughing at you, Ali. Whereas actually, if you're in the chat room, no, I'm just pulling your leg, mate.
No, I've done this before. I've been in chats and they've said something horrible, and I said, "Would you like an opportunity to say that on camera?
Yeah.
I could give you that opportunity. Let's do it. Let's go."
Yeah.
If you believe what you're saying, you believe that everyone is a moron, and etc.
Yeah.
So if you believe all those things, get on camera and say it. Let's see you say it.
Yeah, I'm quite thick-skinned, so I won't be offended. Like,
yeah, that's fine. We'll have a nice compilation.
Yeah, I'm an ex-lorry driver, Ali, so I've heard it all before anyway, so don't worry about it.
Yeah.
30 years of abusive car drivers and policemen and various taxi drivers and things when you actually haven't done anything wrong. So, yeah, I'm quite used to being sort of punched. It's different when you get out of the cab, though. It's surprising how much faster their car ends up going.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
keyboard warriors.
Yes.
Yeah.
Keyboard warriors are the same people that shout abuse out of the car window.
Yeah. Until you get out of your cab. Funny how they wind their window up and drive off.
Yeah. I had somebody. He must have thought I cut him off in traffic. I just went for a gap and I dived into the gap. It was cut and thrust traffic, and everyone behaves the same way. You find a gap, you go for it, you get into the gap. Okay. So he got cross, and then next minute, I didn't realize it, but a couple of minutes later, I leave a gap for somebody ahead of me, and he gets in. He scoots around me, gets in front of me, and then the car door swings open, and this angry man gets out and starts walking towards my car. So I get my police grade pepper spray off my keychain, wind the window down and showed it to him. He stopped in his tracks, turned right back around, walked right back to his car.
I wonder why.
It was brilliant. It was so funny.
Oh, he's got out of his car.
If we'd have gotten any closer, I would have said, this can take out a horse.
Yes.
So I bought it from the police.
Nice,
this
you
is
can
designed
do that.
to take down people who are high on PCPs.
No, you can't do that over here. No.
No.
Technically, I shouldn't even get out of the cab. I should stay in the cab regardless, because
the funny,
yeah, it's even worse.
The funny thing is, right. The funny thing is that pepper spray I've had for so long, it almost certainly doesn't work, but it's great deterrent.
It's when they keep walking towards you, you think, this buddy better work. This buddy better work.
I think I might have said.
Yeah.
Got
What's that, Alan?
Got ex-marine I met a couple of times. Is telling a story when he come out of the Marine Corps, out the Royal Marines, and was waiting to start work as a prison officer. And he had a couple of so he got a job as a taxi driver. Now, company policy was to just hand the money over.
Yeah.
Right.
This bloke, gets out, holds a knife to his throat, and says, "Give us the money, or I'll cut your throat." So bluntly says, "Go on then, cut my throat."
What?
And that was and not doing so was the biggest mistake this bloke made. Because, he eventually, well, of course, all the coins are in the cash bag, aren't they? Big old cash bag.
Right.
Apparently, Blunty beat him near to death with it.
Gosh.
He got instant dismissal for that one.
Yeah. Yeah, you would do.
Yeah,
But
but
still.
the
In
moral
the
of that
United States,
story-
he would get a commendation from the local sheriff.
Oh, yeah, the police weren't that bothered because it was obviously self-defense because the bloke had held bloke had a knife and held it to his throat. But
Well, technically, he followed procedure. He gave him all the coins.
repeatedly.
Yeah, Tahuti, the center of the earth is in the center. Yeah, you're bang on. You answer the question yourself. Where the hell's the center? In the center. Oh, well, it's key me. It worked. That's cool.
Oh, there you go. I found it. You got to watch this one. Go watch this one.
I owe Dross a track day.
Hold on. I'll post it in the chat. Actually, I'll post it. I'll put it on YouTube.
Oh, you put it on YouTube.
On YouTube, so you just click on it. All right, there you go. This is great video.
Oh, Channel X is going live in 10 minutes.
What?
Yeah. Even better, give me your address and I'll call you face to face. Call to your face. And you wee pussy pepper spray would not stop me calling you a wanker.
Okay, who was typing on that?
Ali
I'm
B.
going to have he's drunk.
You've got a long way to go, Ali. He's not in Britain.
He's drunk.
Or even Europe.
You are.
His typing is that of a drunken man.
Yeah. I will Channel X going live in 10 minutes. Even better, give me your address and I'll call it to your face.
To your face and you want to bet? It would.
Yeah. Yeah. I've watched a really be sprayed by a young girl being sprayed by that, and he just went, yeah. He was just good to nothing. Yeah. He was crying, he was swearing. He could do nothing.
So there you go. There's the link. It's only a minute. It's only almost 2 minutes. The guy looks a little bit like Jer, and it's funny.
You put it in an
the translation.
Oh, you put it in YouTube, have you?
Yeah, it's oh, that was so good.
There's a 5 minute, I think 5 minute delay in YouTube.
There's it's the outside, the chat is instant, but they hear. But there's about a 45-second delay between what we say and when they hear us.
Oh, 45 seconds.
About that.
Hope you're not still thinking of in 2D space. Yeah, Tahuti. You can walk the walk, but you certainly can't talk the talk. That'd be nice for him to come in and just tell us how you think, how you see the world, mate. We're interested. We're not going to bully or anything. We're quite nice people.
No, he's not.
Yeah, but yeah, crashes. The thing is, though, a lot of people have difficulty visualizing 3D space.
Yes, they do.
It's just that photographers seem to take it to an absolute
pinnacle.
Yeah,
they most definitely do. He thinks if you put your map on the wall, up is north and down is south, but forgetting the world isn't flat and 2D.
Yeah, it's genuinely believe that up is north.
North, yeah. If that was the case, you could just sort of start your car a little bit on the motorway and then knock out a gear, and you just roll all the way to London.
Yeah, that's yes. I've seen people actually say that.
Yeah, my lorry.
It's great.
My lorry wouldn't do that when I left Elgin in Scotland. For some reason, I used to use the gears and the throttle, which would not roll, especially up them damn hills.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
It is, yeah.
There you go. Actually, because the video I posted is it's a bouncer, and his name is Michael Kerr, and he's a bouncer at this club, and this loudmouth comes along and says, let me in the club, you blankety blank. And so the bouncer's like, come on, let's talk over here. And he starts talking to the guy, and he's like, wait a minute, I know your brother, I trained him. And the guy realizes who he is. He's like, yeah, I'm Michael Kerr. It's like, oh, world champion kickboxer.
Yeah. Oh, you can get in.
Second thoughts. Yeah, there's actually, if you watch the video, and then there's several ones after it. Michael Kerr, the Geschäft mit Angst, and there's a word I can't pronounce, in Deutschland. And it's just videos about Michael Kerr being a bouncer. Imagine being so cool or so hard or whatever you want to call it, that they just make a video about you doing your job.
Yeah. A bit like Jason Statham. Imagine if you walked into the bar and you're kicking off, and sort of he walks up to you and says, I work here. Hey, oh shit.
Yeah.
Hold my coat. I'm going out.
Yes, Khan fell into two-dimensional thinking. That's correct, RT96. Yeah.
Unfortunately, Furfus thinks Star Trek is true.
Well, they think that we think it's true.
It's true, yeah.
They literally think that we think, they literally think that Star Trek is presented as factual.
No.
That's what they think.
Yeah.
You know, Star Wars. No, of course not. Of course, yes, right? Because all the starships have gravity, and, you know, they don't get flung around by inertia. They jump to light speed from 0 to 1,000,000.
Yeah, we wouldn't be worried about going to Mars if we had Star Trek Enterprise, would we?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, who cares about Mars at that point, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, at least anyone beyond my age point would know that that's just, you know, just what people would think of as artificial reality. That point, just like, hey, we've got people that like think of this shit, but yeah, it's not real, and yeah, we can't do that shit.
No.
Peck,
we're only just starting to do this shit with what should we call it? Like
Peck,
Luna?
I think it's time you went to bed, mate. You said, I think you're getting a bit tired.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Go on, get yourself off to bed.
Don't do drugs, stay in school. Brush your teeth.
Yes, I'm afraid so. Yoda and Jedi are not real. Sorry,
No.
Wolfgang. It might be. If you whisper it, it might be. Shh.
What? Star Trek is not real. Star Trek with a K. Star Trek with a C.
Laurie
I'll be back in a minute, guys.
Yep. Laurie
Alright,
says
we'll
yoga is real. Yes, you can do yoga, but Yoda isn't real.
May the Schwartz be with you.
Wait, Star Trek's not real?
No.
I never watched Star Trek, to be honest.
No, I wasn't one for. I mean, it's
I was a
cool, but
massive Trekkie.
it's blasphemy.
The number of astronauts that Trekkies.
Oh yeah,
which is a great one. I think it's one of my favorite astronauts, Samantha Cristoforetti, just because she has an absolutely lovely voice. She's so Italian.
yeah.
I'll post the picture of her. See if I can find a link to it.
I think like Americans are pretty Star Trek based. It's just a different reality. Like they're just based on a different show.
Well, they talk. They're all the Trekkie fans. They actually talk Klingon, don't they?
Well,
yeah, I speak a little Klingon. Yes.
Screw that. The Jetsons is reality.
Jetsons, yeah.
Well, no, like I'd imagine that anybody, like Brits and stuff like that, we'd all be like Doctor Who.
No, there's a lot of Trekkie fans in Britain as well.
Really? Like I've never really liked Star Trek. I've always massively liked Doctor Who, but
have you? No, I didn't like
there
that
you go.
either.
I posted the link.
It just it changed heaps.
Oh, it's just got new motorbikes in it.
What new Doctor Who? I mean, new Doctor Who is just horrible.
I haven't seen any of it.
Okay, so there you go. Got the link, and it's Samantha Cristoforetti in Star Trek Voyager uniform. Basically, Captain Janeway's uniform.
Okay.
Space.com.
Brilliant. Yeah, Space.com.
Right. Tron has the best futuristic motorcycles. We should all be riding light cycles right now.
Yeah.
Which one?
I know who Janeway is, but
right. Yeah,
I probably wouldn't know all of the things from it.
She's
best
in space.
captain next to Picard.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there you go.
She's meant to be basically the best captain of Star Trek.
Yeah,
brilliant,
but she's in
brilliant role.
She's in space. It's real.
Yeah, there you go.
Star Trek is real.
But at the same time, I've been raised on Doctor Who, and that stuff's been since like the fucking 50s, 60s.
63, I think. Doctor Who, I think it was 63. I mean, it first hit the screens. If you know the name Roy Castle, he was in.
Yeah.
He was in Doctor Who.
I like Roy
all
Castle.
sorts of people have been. I saw Roy Castle once.
Yeah.
He was a hero of mine.
Nice.
He broke 9 world records. Roy Castle did.
Yeah, he's
holy shit!
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, he'd always have a go.
Fastest tap dancer. I think it was tap dancing.
Holy shit! Yes, I know exactly what you mean.
Most instruments played.
Yes.
Yep.
Bunch of other things.
That's one program I used to watch without fail. Roy Castle. Yeah.
Norris, and it had Norris and Ross McWhirter.
Yeah.
They were the twins, human calculators.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I got to play Kerbal at NASA Mission Control Center in Houston. How cool is that?
Yeah, there was some fucking kids in the UK as well that were literally like based on chess. Like the computers that were based on chess was literally just 2 kids. Like brothers. Fucking ridiculous.
So she wore the uniform. What was it? It was okay. So the one of the SpaceX cargo missions to the ISS delivered the first ever space espresso machine. before that, all they had was instant coffee. But being Italian, of course, she's like, no. This is 4 years ago now. So they sent an espresso machine. How would they get that to work in space? How brilliant is that? I love it. I absolutely love it.
You put what Ball for Life put in there. Now hear this. Ludicrous speed. Go. Please tell me ludicrous speed is possible, Cody.
Yeah. Get a Tesla Model S.
Get a what?
A Tesla Model S. It has ludicrous speed.
Don't swear on this program.
Sorry.
No, you just need my bike if you want to go quick. And it goes.
Yeah, the Tesla Model S doesn't even come close to the Challenger Hellcat.
No.
Doesn't even come close.
Not at all.
Oh, wait,
the horsepower behind it, it's like pushing a go-kart.
Wait till the Tesla Roadster comes out.
They are quick, them Hellcats.
Yeah, there's Porsche's coming out with one. Tesla's got their Roadster coming out with a new one. It's the supercar races are just beginning. The sub 2 second 0 to 60s now.
Yeah. True, that's going to snap. It's going to snap a lot of people's necks before long.
Yeah. At some point, it's going to be medically dangerous to operate some of these cars.
How far can a Tesla go before it needs charging, or has it got an engine now?
Well, yeah. So the I'll tell you what is interesting. So I watched Top Gear, and they were, I think it was the Zonda. I can't remember if it was the Zonda or one of those hyper sports cars for the road. And Clarkson was driving it, and he said basically, if he put his foot down and just kept it down, it would top out at about 220 or something like that.
Yeah.
But it would drain its fuel tank in 20 minutes.
They're no good.
What? That's how much energy it would take to move that car at that speed. How that?
The disadvantages they got is the weight of the bloody batteries.
That's right. It's good. They're coming down. That's the thing. They're coming down. And the other thing that's happening is the superchargers' ability to recharge the batteries is going up, and so they've crossed the magical 1,000 kilometers per hour charging. So essentially, you charge it for 1 hour, you've got 1,000 kilometers of range. They've crossed that barrier.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm afraid
that's doing like 25 miles an hour.
Say again.
Sorry,
guys, I'm afraid I'm going to have to draw the show to a close now, because I've got a friend who's coming around to help me sort out some stuff about this Bell's palsy.
Oh, right.
So she'll be here fairly soon. I will say, for those who on the stream, because we have a few left, I've been saying this a bit more often. There's a PayPal giving page link for the Grow organisation, a very worthwhile community interest partnership that is based in Norwich and helps people with their mental health well-being. If you have got a few spare bucks that are not going to be a problem to donate to a good cause, chucking them a small donation would be really nice. Thank you very much. And sorry I'm going to have to cut it short tonight, but such is life.
Yeah.
So good night to everybody out there in YouTube land.
All right.
Stop.